I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
They agree with you.
She doesn't want to be the first lady. She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want to have anything to do with him. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she does.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know all this.
Allegedly. That's why I say allegedly.
Allegedly.
What started with Sunny Hostin making some pretty bold claims about Melania's feelings toward her husband Donald Trump has now exploded into a massive $100 million lawsuit. Yes, you heard that right. Melania Trump, the former and current First Lady of the United States, is reportedly taking legal action against Sunny Hostin of The View over what she says were defamatory statements. Stick around to find out how the situation reached such a serious level and what exactly sparked the controversy in the first place.
Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page Six, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influence and corrupt organization cases ever filed.
It all started when Melania expressed her support for abortion rights, which seemed to go against her husband Donald Trump's position on the issue. Sunny took that statement as more than just a difference of opinion, believing it was actually a subtle clue about how Melania really feels about Donald. According to Sunny, Melania hates Donald Trump. But is there really any truth behind Sunny's claim? Or is she simply reading too much into it? Let's take a closer look. Rob A. Willis.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out.
That's unfortunate.
Wow. I mean, that is violent. They've got to stop talking like that about a former president who's had 2 assassination attempts. I mean, that's just ignorant.
Melania's statement on abortion rights came as a surprise to many, especially given her husband's strong position on the issue. But was it really a surprise? Or was it a calculated move to distance herself from Trump's policies? Some believe Melania was simply expressing her own personal views, while others saw it as a smart political move to strengthen her public image. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear, her statement sparked a heated debate, with Sunny Hostin becoming one of the loudest critics. Sunny used her platform to take the statement much further, pushing the narrative that Melania completely and utterly despises the President of the United States, claiming that she simply cannot stand Donald Trump as a person. And, as you might expect, things quickly spiraled out of control. Trump and Melania supporters went after The View and Sunny Hostin, demanding accountability and calling for consequences over her comments about Trump and his family, with Melania herself eventually taking center stage.
Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries.
Sunny Hostin has never been the type to stay away from controversy. As a co-host on The View, she's known for her sharp comments and unapologetic opinions. But did her claim about Melania's feelings toward Donald go a step too far? Some argue that Sunny's comments were unfair and had no real basis, while others believe they were simply a legitimate criticism of the Trump marriage. Either way, one thing is clear, Sunny's remarks sparked a heated debate, with plenty of people sharing their thoughts across social media. The Trump marriage has always faced public scrutiny, with many questioning the nature of their relationship. From reports about Donald's past infidelities to Melania's sometimes reluctant appearances at public events, their marriage has been surrounded by speculation for years. And now, the feud between Melania Trump and Sunny Hostin appears far from over, with both sides refusing to back down. At this point, it has become a battle over public opinion, personal claims, and just how far commentary should go.
The insurance firm American Transit was then billed in exchange for kickbacks and other compensation, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributions. Emmanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit by a near bankrupt insurance carrier.
The scandal gained even more attention when Joe Rogan, podcast giant and media provocateur, weighed in. Known for his no-holds-barred style of commentary, Rogan didn't hold back when criticizing what he saw as Sunny Hostin's hypocrisy, pointing to her history of moral posturing on The View. Rogan also highlighted what he described as the irony surrounding claims about misconduct in her own marriage. His comments quickly struck a chord with his audience, many of whom already share his skepticism toward mainstream media personalities. As a vocal supporter of the Trump family, Rogan made sure his voice was heard in the backlash against Sunny Hostin, arguing that her criticism of the Trump marriage and family seemed hard to reconcile with the controversy surrounding her own household. With the Melania lawsuit and other recent allegations drawing attention to the Hostin family, the situation has only become more complicated, putting Sunny's comments under an even brighter spotlight.
Yeah, I saw you on The View.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's been overwhelming my past couple days.
Yeah, is that annoying?
No.
No?
No. I mean, it's just when I was on there, I really had no idea how it was going to land with the audience. So I just went in there, did my thing. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know who Sunny Hostin was. I actually still really don't know.
Joe Rogan also took aim at The View, accusing the show of putting sensationalism ahead of reason. His comments added fuel to the controversy and showed the growing divide between mainstream and alternative media. Rogan is no stranger to heated topics, but Sunny Hostin's comments about the Trump family clearly caught his attention. He strongly pushed back against her remarks, making his criticism of The View and Hostin especially clear.
I mean, it is a rabies-infested hen house.
And at the same time, it seemed like the most interesting part was their audience seemed to be on my side.
Yes.
And that's their audience.
Yes. Well, their audience is not really their audience. Their audience is a group of people they bring in to watch television shows. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen audiences before for TV shows, but a lot of them are paid. They're paid to be there. So, because they have to guarantee that there's going to be people there. So there's services that you hire. And when a show gets really, really popular, you know, like Letterman or something like that, obviously it has its own fan base.
In what critics are calling a display of hypocrisy, Sunny Hostin has spent time criticizing Melania and her family while pointing to possible problems within the Trump marriage. Yet she has also faced questions about controversies involving her own household. Her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, an orthopedic surgeon with a respected practice, has been named in allegations involving fraudulent medical practices and unnecessary surgeries. According to the lawsuit, Hostin and his practice allegedly took advantage of patients and insurance companies for financial gain. With nearly 200 defendants reportedly involved, the case could turn into a major and closely watched legal battle.
Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries.
At the center of the allegations is the RICO Act, a law originally created to take down organized crime. Its use in this case paints a serious picture of what prosecutors describe as possible corruption within the medical field. Hostin and his alleged co-conspirators are accused of billing insurance companies for surgeries that were either unnecessary or, in some cases, never actually performed. If these claims are proven true, the case could reveal a shocking breach of trust on a massive scale.
The insurance firm American Transit was then billed in exchange for kickbacks and other compensation, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributions. Emmanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier.
The allegations against Dr. Emmanuel Hostin are not just about one individual. They also raise bigger questions about possible problems within the healthcare system. Claims of insurance fraud and unnecessary procedures point to serious weaknesses that can allow profit to come before patient care. The case also highlights how insurance systems may be vulnerable to manipulation. Ultimately, this legal battle is about more than deciding one person's guilt or innocence. It could also spark a wider conversation about accountability, transparency, and the need for meaningful reform in healthcare.
Because their moms taking their kids to school, and that's, yeah.
It's a very strange show, but it's fun to watch. It's just fun to watch them.
It's good entertainment.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly.
Well, they're just, you know, it's interesting because I think Sunny's very intelligent, but she's ideologically captured.
Right.
You know, that's what I think the other ones there's a couple of the other ones don't have to name any names. Are just very dull-minded. But I think Sonny's not one of them. I think she's smart but captured.
The Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, better known as RICO, was originally created to target organized crime, but has since been used to address different forms of alleged corruption, including healthcare fraud. One of RICO's key features is its ability to prosecute individuals or organizations accused of taking part in an ongoing pattern of illegal activity. In Dr. Emmanuel Hostin's case, his alleged involvement in a large healthcare fraud lawsuit under RICO has raised serious questions about how these laws are being used in the medical field. The situation has also added another layer to the controversy surrounding Sunny Hostin. Critics have pointed to the irony of her comments about other public figures while she now faces intense scrutiny surrounding her own family, including the reported $100 million lawsuit involving Melania Trump and the legal allegations involving her husband.
Her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit. Okay, now let's read this. Rob, is this a video?
Well, I have this. I'll show you this.
Let me just read this and I'll come to you. So, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, an orthopedic surgeon and husband of The View co-host Sunny Hostin, is accused in December lawsuit fraudulently billing insurance. By the way, this is a Daily Caller story I'm reading. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases. Wow.
Sunny Hostin, known for her outspoken opinions, has been unusually quiet about the allegations involving her husband. The same energy she has shown when criticizing Melania and her family seems to have disappeared since these legal controversies came to light. Her silence has raised plenty of questions. Is she standing by her husband, keeping her distance, or simply following legal advice? Whatever the reason, her lack of public comments has not gone unnoticed. Fans and critics have taken to social media to share their opinions, with some believing Sunny is trying to protect her public image, while others think she may be making a careful legal decision. Either way, someone known for addressing controversy so openly has made her silence impossible to ignore.
Hostin's attorney Daniel Twites denies the allegations, calling the lawsuit a meritless attempt by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier to intimidate doctors and restrict healthcare benefits. The case involves claims that Hostin performs unnecessary surgeries on patients after minor accidents without exploring less invasive treatments, with American Transit citing New York's 1974 no-fault law as contributing to widespread insurance fraud.
Dr. Hostin's attorney, Daniel Flates, has dismissed the allegations as baseless. In a statement, he described the lawsuit as a desperate effort by a struggling insurance company to recover its losses. Shifting blame like this is a common courtroom strategy, and it could make the case an especially dramatic legal battle.
Benny, what do you know about this story?
So, oh man, it's just The View. Just a person, the Sunny Hostin that we all love from one of my favorite shows on The View. And it's always, Tom, what'd you always say? It's always the people that always do the pointing, and it always comes back to them, all right? So when you said, this is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. You guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia case.
The sheer scale of this case is staggering, with nearly 200 defendants involved, along with the separate $100 million lawsuit making headlines. The legal proceedings could be lengthy and complicated, and the outcome may have far-reaching effects, not just for those involved, but also for the healthcare and insurance industries. The public reaction to the controversy has been a mix of shock, anger, and skepticism. Many people feel betrayed by a system that should put patient care first, while others see the lawsuit as another example of a healthcare industry where financial interests can sometimes overshadow ethics.
I think she came into it with an agenda.
Of course.
You know,
they do everything with an agenda.
Yeah.
You know,
she came into it, it seems, really wanting to paint me as someone that has been co-opted by the right wing.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much research she had done into me. She claimed to have read my book twice, which is almost certainly not true.
Social media has been buzzing with opinions. Critics of Sunny Hostin have jumped at the chance to call out what they see as hypocrisy, while her supporters have quickly rallied to defend her. The divided reactions showed just how strongly people can disagree when it comes to public figures and their personal lives. In the case of Sunny Hostin and Melania Trump, many supporters, including voices like Rogan, appear to be siding with Melania and hoping Sunny faces some consequences for her comments. But the story is far from over, and there could still be plenty of twists ahead. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and stay tuned as this ongoing saga continues to unfold and we separate the facts from the headlines. Thanks for watching.